Intro, 1 minute. Ever wondered why the natural world sometimes feels like a magician's stage? From dazzling dances to invisible strikes, many animals have evolved mind-blowing tricks that fool not only their predators, but us humans as well. In today's adventure we'll meet 7 extraordinary creatures that use psychological sleights of hand, optical illusions, auditory deceptions, and even time-bending strikes, to confuse our senses. I'll reveal the science behind each illusion, show you how to spot the trick when it happens, and leave you amazed at just how clever nature can be. Ready to have your brain gently tricked? Let's dive in. Development, 3 minutes. First up is the peacock spider, a tiny jumper no bigger than a grain of rice. When a male spots a potential mate, he lifts his colorful abdomen, fans it like a miniature peacock, and performs a rapid, jittery dance. The bright, contrasting patterns create a visual illusion of larger size, a phenomenon called size exaggeration through motion. Our brains interpret rapid, high-contrast movement as something bigger and more threatening, which helps the spider appear more impressive than his real dimensions. If you ever see a peacock spider, watch for the sudden flash of orange and black. The trick works best in bright light when the colors pop against the background. Next, we travel underwater to meet the mimic octopus, a master of disguise. Unlike its relatives that simply match the color of rocks or sand, this octopus actively changes both hue and texture to impersonate a range of animals, flounders, sea snakes, even lionfish. By altering its skin pigments and shaping its arms, it creates a false outline that our visual system struggles to classify. The brain relies on familiar silhouettes to identify threats. When the octopus mimics a harmless fish, predators ignore it, while mimicking a dangerous creature scares them away. Look for the sudden shift in shape and color. If the octopus seems to become another animal in a split second, you're witnessing a perfect camouflage illusion. Our third marvel is the cuttlefish, the ocean's own optical engineer. Cuttlefish skin contains tiny iridophores that reflect light in precise ways, allowing them to produce what scientists call binary camouflage. Instead of blending uniformly, they create sharp edges that match the background's contrast lines. Our visual cortex detects edges first, then fills in the rest of the picture. By matching only the edge pattern, the cuttlefish tricks the brain into thinking the animal is part of the surrounding texture, even though the interior may be a different color. When you see a cuttlefish perched on a patterned sea floor, notice how only the outline seems to merge while the body remains vivid. That's the edge detection trick at work. Number 4 brings us to the pufferfish, famous for its intricate sand circles. Male pufferfish build elaborate geometric ridges on the ocean floor to attract mates, a behavior known as sand sculpting. Humans, wired to seek patterns, instantly recognize the symmetry and assume the structure serves a practical purpose, like a nest. In reality, the circles are purely visual signals. The effort demonstrates the male's fitness and stamina. The trick exploits our brain's tendency to assign meaning to regular shapes. If you ever spot a perfect spiral or concentric rings on a beach, remember it might be a pufferfish's advertisement, not a natural formation. Our 5th star is the lyrebird, the ultimate audio illusionist. This Australian songbird can mimic almost any sound it hears: chainsaws, camera shutters, human speech, and weave them into a single, flawless performance. The brain processes familiar sounds by matching them to stored memories. When the lyrebird reproduces a sound with uncanny accuracy, our auditory system accepts it as genuine. The result is a momentary confusion. Did I just hear a car alarm in the forest? To catch the trick, listen for sudden, out-of-place noises that don't match the surrounding environment, then watch the bird's elaborate tail display. Its visual cue confirms the auditory deception. 6th on our list is the archerfish, a tiny predator with a big aim. When insects land on foliage above water, the archerfish calculates the refraction of light at the air-water interface and fires a precise jet of water to knock the prey into the pool. The splash creates a fleeting visual cue that can mislead both predators and humans watching from the shore. Our eyes expect a straight line between the fish and the target, but the water bends the light, so the fish must mentally correct for that distortion, a natural example of visual compensation. If you ever see a droplet arcing and hitting a leaf, notice the slight lag between the splash and the insect's fall. That lag is the fish's calculated illusion in action. Finally, we arrive at the mantis shrimp, the ocean's fastest boxer. Its strike accelerates at over 50 meters per second, creating a cavitation bubble that collapses with a shockwave louder than a gunshot. To the human eye, the strike appears as a single, instantaneous blur, a temporal illusion. Our visual system cannot resolve events that happen faster than about 13 milliseconds, so the entire attack is perceived as one motion. The shrimp's punch actually delivers two blows, the physical strike and the subsequent shockwave. When you watch a mantis shrimp snap its claw, you'll see a flash of light followed by a tiny bubble. That brief flash is the illusion of a single, simple hit, while the real damage comes from the invisible pressure wave. Conclusion: 1 minute. Let's recap the 7 sneaky tricks we've uncovered: the peacock spider's size-inflating dance, the mimic octopus's shape-shifting camouflage, the cuttlefish's edge-matching binary camouflage, the pufferfish's decorative sand circles, the lyrebird's sound-copying mastery, the archerfish's refraction-corrected water jet, and the mantis shrimp's ultra-fast, double-impact strike. Each creature exploits a quirk of human perception, whether visual, auditory, or temporal, to gain an advantage in the wild. By learning the cues, sudden color flashes, unexpected silhouettes, perfect patterns, out-of-place sounds, precise water arcs, or fleeting blurs, you can spot these deceptions the next time you encounter them. Nature's toolbox of psychological tricks is far more inventive than we ever imagined, and these 7 species are just the tip of the iceberg. If you enjoyed this journey into the animal mind games, make sure to subscribe for daily cute animals and mind-blowing facts. Keep watching, stay curious, and let the wonders of the wild continue to surprise you.